Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming, and in this video we are going to play a little bit of catch up. I've got a lot of consignments to show you guys. I can't even remember what I've bought because it's been like 5 days since I did a video. We've had some stuff come in like Astral Radiance. I am selling these by the case. We may open this up, but it will probably be in another video. I'm not going to do it just yet because we've got a lot of stuff to go over. In fact, that may carry over into a second video. I've been listing all this stuff on eBay, kind of scheduling it out, and yeah, I mean, a lot of this is pretty cool, so we're just going to jump right on into that. I'm going to have to be a little bit more careful as we go just because there's so many boxes. I want to make sure nothing gets mixed up. I do have it labeled and everything already in there, but I try to keep everything in order, so it's almost like you can double and triple check without having to mix things up too much. So first we're going to start off with this. These are all CS4 labeled. If these are not active already on eBay, they will be over the next few days. I think we're scheduled out 3 or 4 days at the moment. Usually if you send in consignments, I can list it the day of. Try to keep it to a limit of about 100 items a day, and I avoid Wednesdays and Fridays. But the other 5 days, I do list consignments. I try to stay really on top of it because otherwise it will back up, and then I'll have to shut it down. And I don't want to have to do that. So, anyways, here we go. We got some stuff here. Got Boss's orders. These are all CGC graded. Got one of these. I'm curious to see where this goes. Got a perfect 10 on the 20th anniversary Charizard. Got one of those alternate art Charizard Vs. Got a first edition gray stamp Charizard. Got the 8. Got another perfect on the Eldegoss V. Let's see what else we have here. Got Mega Rayquaza. That's the Celebration Collections one. There's Mew V. Got the SM247 Reshiram Charizard. Shining Magikarp. Got Venusaur from Celebrations. Got Pikachu VMAX, the Hyper, got a 9.5 on the full art. Then we also have a Charizard BGS 8, very nice. Again, these are all CS4. We sent a few sealed products as well. So I haven't sold one of these in a long time. I actually had, there's this one, and I actually had 3 more come in from another consignee. You can see right here, these do include the promos. So for those of you who don't know what this is the best song CD collection. And the CD itself, I've been told, is actually pretty cool. If you look, if you've ever opened these up, I used to open them up and grade the cards in the back. But there's so much really nice artwork on the CD itself. But the value actually comes in with cards. You get the cards, the Charizard, the Blastoise, the Venusaur, the CD promos, the ones that you see graded quite often. But you also get the Bubble Mew, which is glossy. You get the glossy Mewtwo. You have the Super Energy Removal Arcanine. You've got Snorlax Hollow in there. You got the cool Porygon, Super Energy Removal, and I think a Computer Error. I may have missed 1 or 2 in there, but yeah, there's 10 cards total, and there should be a Shadowless Pikachu as well. And for the most part, like places like PSA do not designate the difference, but there is a difference. The stock is Japanese. It's lighter. The border is not double stamped, so it's got like a lighter yellow tint to it. And if you hold it up to a strong light, it is much more translucent than your English counterpart. And that's how usually you can tell apart old Japanese stock from new Japanese stock. They also have up for sale here this Rumble collection. It's one of those things it's kind of unique. It's one of those standalone sets. There's 16 cards. I believe 16 is 18. Yeah, 16 cards. And honestly, they're pretty cool. You get all the cards within each one of these players collection boxes. You can see right here. You get the 16 exclusive Pokemon trading cards. They're all hollow. And then you get all this other stuff. I've never actually opened one of these up, so I've never looked at this other stuff. But like you can see the die right there, kind of looks pretty cool. I doubt any of this other stuff holds value. Of course, it's the cards that people want because this is the only place you can get it. And it's really obvious they're different. You know, Pokemon Rumble, they've got their own set identity. You know, they've got their holographic. You have a Pikachu in there. There's no Charizard, but you got Mewtwo, you got Venusaur, and there's some other ones in there. I can't remember what all it is. I think there's like a Zapdos is pretty popular. But these are, you know, the 3 cards that people usually go for within the set. See what else we have over here in this box. So this is the first box of 3 that we're going to show. Alright, next up. So these will all be, they'll have CS6 in the title. That's just a consignment marker. Consignment. Like that's what it did CS4 and then 6. You know, this is just just an additional precaution for me to be able to identify and make sure I have the exact right card to the exact right consignee, same payment. And I try to identify if they are a graded card. I'll put the last 3 digits as well. So like this one, at the end of the title will have CS6-684. So I mean there should be no confusion whatsoever. You know, if your cards come in, because like I was just talking about that, the CD collection, like this is a little bit harder to identify because these don't have certification numbers, but I keep all of the specific items together, and you'll see when the other three come up in another consignment. In fact, it might that one's going to be another video. I've actually got masking tape that I use to identify, you know, the number 1, 2, 3, you know, what kind of lot it is. But anyways, here we got the Charizard GX 9.5, another 9.5. This one's slightly better. You can see right here, this had one subgrade of a 9.5. You can see the surface area was a 10 on this one, then they both had 9 for the centering. So the centering is what threw them off from getting that black label. Well, that one. This one right here, I guess it could have been eligible for just a regular pristine 10. Then there was a lot here. I typically don't show the lots just because those can get really, it can make the videos really long. In fact, I've got another 4 full shoeboxes full of nothing but lots. And that's from this consignee right here. All the stuff will have CS15. He's the same guy who sent in all of the CGC graded cards and did tons and tons of lots. It was like 300 different lots of cards ranging from 2 to 17 cards, probably on average about 5 or 6. Most of these are PSA, but he has some individual cards. Some are up now already, probably going to be ending soon. And then we have a few here that are just individual. He did have a few other random items, like we've got a Machamp, sealed Machamp. We've got, this one is Ancient Mew and 3 Lemon card packs. And then this one is like several of the Entei, several of the Greninja Gold Star, and then the Legendary Birds. And then he also had this right here. It's a sealed Top Series 2 trading card box. And so this, I typically try to use masking tape if I ever use tape on something. And this is just so that I identify the box in case another Top Series 2 box comes in. But more likely, like, I should be able to identify it anyways just because of the case and it's sitting with the collection itself. But just another way to identify it. And this way, when I ship it out, whoever gets it, they can just pull it off. I try to keep the ends of the tape able to be pulled off as well. But this will be packaged inside of a bubble wrap. Well, inside a bubble wrap and then inside of a box. Just kind of like anything else that goes out. Now this one was a purchase. I got this one off of Probstein. This is a Mox Jet Alpha. I was bidding on the case signed Mox Jet that was going through PWCC. I believe that one went for $10,400 or $500. I was the second highest bidder on that one. I paid more for this one. This one's 0.5 higher. But in my opinion, it is in much better condition than that other 7. If you look at this, this one actually looks closer to a 7.5. You know, based on, you know, the edge wear, it does have a little bit right there. In fact, I bet if that wasn't there, this one might even grade a little bit higher. The centering is what brought it down. You can see the corners 8, surface 9. I believe this is a really solid grade. So I did pay it was about $1,500 more for this Mox Jet. This is one of the Power 9 for the original Alpha set. I'm still working on it. I do have several cards to go, but you know, it's getting closer and closer. I think I've got close to half of the Power 9 taken care of. I did lose out on that Alpha Lotus. I already have one, but I wanted to get that one that was signed by Christopher Rush. I don't typically go for signed cards, but that'd be one I think would be kind of cool because signed cards in Alpha Magic the Gathering is pretty common. Alright, next up we have another starter kit. This one's in on consignment as well. This is the last card. Should be CS19, but I would have to double check. He sent in this, and he also sent in an Elite Trainer. I've gotten a couple retro Elite Trainers lately, and this is a Breakthrough Elite Trainer. I did not realize this bad boy had went up so much. I used to have tons of these things, and I looked on eBay and it was about $250. So I'm curious to see where it's going to go in auction. See, because to me, like, that's $250 and this is like $450. You know, the starter gift box, and this has an original starter deck, but also comes with a jungle booster pack. Oh, it's a jungle deck. I thought it had, yeah. You get the starter set, and then you also get a jungle theme deck, and then you get a jungle booster pack. So to me, like this right here, and you get a few other things, but this has so much more value than, you know, some of these modern Elite Trainer boxes. But you know what? The market has spoken, and you know, maybe because these are just so common, you know, it's not at that value. But we'll see. We'll see how those go. All right, let me get into what we have here. All right, these have been sitting over here for 5 days. All right, CS24. I imagine all of these should be active. Looks like we've got quite a few random PSA graded cards. Call of Legends, Diamond and Pearl era stuff. High grade 8s and 9s. I love that artwork on Houndour. Fernate, Latias. Man, it seems like everyone right now in the Pokemon community is talking about investing in modern and vintage and that Umbreon. Man, it's crazy hearing all the same stuff go around in circles over and over again. And it's like when somebody brings up a topic, it gets hit pretty hard. The only thing new that I can think of at the moment is the fact that the graded card threshold is now dropped from $2,000 to $750. For those of you who are on my Instagram, you saw where I posted several of my auctions that went over $750, and they have that blue check authenticity guarantee from eBay. So that it will be going to them to be checked out. And I'd asked the question, do you guys think it's going to drop to 500, 250? Kind of like the raw cards. And I've got a mixed response so far. Looks like most people think that it will. It's just going to take time. And what's next? All right, so these are still that's a lot too. Oh yeah, here's that Scyther. I put that back in my box. And so what I do is, when I took it down there, I was like, I gotta take it back up there, put it back in the background, so I just stuck it back in the box of stuff to show in the video. Oh, alright, so we've got a new consignment here, so it kind of switches over after that last one. CS23, so we got this Miss Magius, got a Jolteon from Delta Speed's Hollow. It's always cool. I really like seeing the EX series cards. They've really grown on me. They used to be one of those things where it's like nobody really cares, but now I'm really starting to connect back to them a little bit more. Got a first edition Dark Raichu, that's a nice card. First secret rare in English. Got the Brock's Ninetales Gem Mint and the Dark Slowbro Gem Mint. I bought this one, and you can see right here, this is the Chinese Charizard V-Stars. It was a couple $100, it was like 200 some, so I went ahead and picked it up. I thought it would be a nice addition to the Charizard collection. And then, yeah, I got all these. I can't remember where I got these from. I believe most of these were off of PWCC. A lot of these Gym Challenge PSA 10s went really cheap. This one, I don't even really collect the on-the-ball stuff. I do have quite a few of the Eevee, but a PSA 10, it went for like $60, $68, something like that. So I was like, that's a pretty good deal. I think I'll just pick one up from my personal collection, so I went ahead and did that. Got Brock's Golem, Recycle, Arbok, Mysterious Fossil, Gambler. I'm having a lot of people reach out saying that they have these PSA 10s that I need for my collection. If I don't respond to you, follow up and say, hey, this is what I'll take. Just give me a price, and that'll probably help me out a little bit. Otherwise, I do have generic prices for a lot of them. And the reason a lot of times I don't respond is because, like right now, I'm just slammed with consignments. I give them priority just because that stuff is in hand. People are counting on me selling the cards. Alright, so next up we have an Ultra Premium Collection Charizard. Seems like a pretty high cert. Does that seem like pretty high to you guys? I don't think they've started regrading them. But you can see it right there. Got the 9 on that. Also got a 9 on a regular Charizard. 9 on the Clefairy. And the cool Porygon. These are all CS19. Dark Vileplume, Gyarados. A lot of solid cards on this consignment. You'd be surprised at how quickly this kind of stuff can add up. This is the guy who sent in the Breakthrough and the starter gift box, I'm pretty sure. Got the Mewtwo, Missy Seadra, Nidoking, another Nidoking, Nidoqueen, and then 2 Poliwraths. Alright, that wraps up that box. Let's move on to the next one. So we have, if we don't run too far into it, maybe I'll do this last consignment in the video as well. We're at 14 minutes. I might hold off just because they sent in some really good stuff, so I want to give them good attention as well. Alright, what do we have here? So I'm going to let you guys see this. And we've got some other stuff right here. There's a note that comes with this one. Alright. Hey Rusty, I want to thank you for taking on this consignment. This is going to help pay off a medical bill my wife recently received. As a sole provider for my family, it is sometimes difficult to do that. To do things that you don't want to. This collection is one of them. I also do realize that we do whatever it takes to provide for our loved ones. My family is beyond grateful that you're providing a top-notch, amazing service for us. I myself want to thank you for all the amazing things you do for this Pokemon community. You're honest, you're loyal, you have a true loving passion for Pokemon, and it brings me joy to watch all the updates, your chase for errors, expensive box and pack openings, and your knowledge never gets old. I have provided a package on its side. On this side, it contains Pokemon Unused code cards. It says right here, for you to give free. For you to free giveaway in a video. I have also sent 2 graded CGC cards for you to give away however you choose. There is also a handful of singles that are for you. Once again, my family and I can't thank you enough, Sean. All right, so very, very thankful that you sent this stuff, dude. I'm going to show you guys. I haven't actually looked through all of it. You can see there's a couple singles right here. You got the Toys R Us Piplup. You got the Pikachu. These are those 2 CGC graded cards. He's got a Dark Golduck. He's got a Krabby. We've got a lot of codes right here. I'll try to sporadically give these things away so that they're not like all bombarded on you guys at once. Where's my trash? Man, these girls, they get up here and they just move stuff around. Can't leave anything up here in storage anymore, man. All right, so here's a few of them. Oh, I think I'm supposed to blot out this part so people can't like scan it, right? Well, that didn't work. That didn't work. Okay, they're all flipped every which way. All right, so we'll start there, and we'll try to do some more. And I'll keep this stack right here. And every time you guys see me give away some of these codes, you remember Sean. And it looks like he also has some single cards here. Maybe we should think up a good way to give away these cards. I mean, these are all shadowless, so they're pretty tough to come across. Like, your average collector honestly has no idea the difference between shadowless and regular. And I realize most of you watching here, you're going to be, you know, that exception, and you do know the difference. And you know that they're a lot more rare than the unlimited counterpart. Of course, they're not as valuable as first edition because you don't have that first edition stamp. But they could be just as rare, but it doesn't matter even if they are, because the first edition stamp is always going to have that little bit of premium over them. Here's a few more codes. Might have to pause or do something to get through that glitchiness. But he sent in some really similar type cards. So you can see right here we've got an Abra, Bill, you have a Cynthia. Almost everything he sent in was first edition base set PSA 10. And I had pretty much ran out of my extras that I was selling in auction, so I think this is a really cool restock here. I believe he has more stuff as well, but hopefully we can get him to the point where he can get his medical bills paid off, or the medical bill, whatever it was, by selling through, you know, this part of his collection. Typically, first edition base set PSA 10s, other than the energies, the characters, the trainers, they're going to bring at least $100. And some of them are going to do really well. They're going to do quite a bit more. But I don't think anything here is like a Wartortle or a Lass or something like that where we would see, you know, super high-end prices. So if you're looking to build a non-holographic PSA 10 set, you know, you might be able to pick yourself up a few cards out of these lots. I've spread out the duplicates over different days. It's a very dark first edition stamp. Revive, Sandshrew. Got seals. There's a Solgaleo. He sent in a few cards that were not your typical just first edition base set. A few of them were promos like that Cynthia and Solgaleo, but it wasn't too many of them. For the most part, it was these first edition PSA 10s. And then there's several water energies. Actually, water energies, I've always found water energy was the more scarce of the energies, I could say. I'm not saying that it is by any means scarce, but for me, I always had less of the water energy than the other energies for first edition base only. It was kind of weird like that. Like I remember there was cards like Porygon, Raticate, Poliwhirl, Nidorino, Magmar, Full Heal. A lot of these certain cards in first edition there were more of compared to the other cards, and I don't know if that had anything to do with the sheets. I've never seen a non-holographic first edition base set sheet. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I'm going to do another video showing a separate consignment. I think it's big enough that it should get its own video, and then what we'll do is we'll probably do a box break for Astral Radiance as well, and then I'm sure there's going to be more stuff coming out If you do send in your consignments, know that there may be a delay in processing them next week. So it'll probably be the following week after that before they get listed. But they will be in a safe location as always. And I appreciate you guys for taking the time to watch this 20-minute video. Thanks.